Hi, my name is Savannah Goodman, and I have RAG1 severe combined immune deficiency. First, I'm going to start by telling you a little bit about myself. I started having symptoms at 6 months old. Recurrent infections, ear infections, pneumonia, colds, chickenpox, things like that. And like most people, was treated for each infection individually, and then spent the first 6 years of my life going from doctor to doctor, getting several second opinions, just traveling all over trying to figure out why I was getting so many infections. At 6 years old, I ended up at Duke Medical Center under the care of Dr. Roberts, and got diagnosed with common variable immune deficiency. I spent about the first 9 years of my life on IVIG, and I had terrible side effects, headaches, fevers, chills, nausea, almost debilitatingly so. And then at about 9 years old, I found Dr. Scotta Smith in Gainesville, Florida, at the University of Florida, Shands. She introduced me to the Immune Deficiency Foundation. She introduced me to subcutaneous injections, and that's when I started sub-Q. Sub-Q's been absolutely amazing for me. It has allowed my side effects to go away for the most part, and for me to live a fairly normal life, just like most teenagers do. I'm 18 years old. I just graduated high school. I attended one of my local high schools, Douglas Anderson School of the Arts, a magnet school, and I was a dance major. I graduated valedictorian of my class, and I've never been homeschooled. Currently, I see Dr. John Sleesman, who used to be at USF in Tampa, but this past October moved to Duke University, again where I was originally diagnosed, and is now the head of immunology over there. So, an interesting thing is, around the time I was about 12, they said, you know, your diagnosis is common variable, but you don't have common variable because of the fact that not only did I have a B-cell defect, but I had a T-cell defect too. Now, my T-cell defect isn't quite your run-of-the-mill SCID. It's a little odd because I don't have T-cells, but I have a little T-cell function, which doesn't make sense to anyone, not even the doctors. And so they did a bunch of genetic testing, and like I said, they found a mutation on my RAG1 gene, which honestly I'm not exactly sure what that means. So it's a gene, and it's messed up, and that's pretty much all I need to know and you need to know. And so the deficiency that I have is abnormal, very rare, and not seen pretty much ever. That being said, it's pretty severe. I get a pretty hefty amount of subcutaneous infusions. I get it twice a week, 100 mils each time. So I'm using 4 sites twice a week for 2 hours. And, you know, if you're on sub-Q, you know that's quite a bit. And because of my immune deficiency, I also have things like iron anemia and, you know, headaches and so on and so on. So that's me, pretty much, my medical history in a nutshell. But what I want to tell you for the most part is that your immune deficiency doesn't limit you in any way. In fact, I use mine to inspire me. Some people can let their immune deficiencies run them and run their lives, and I'm a big proponent in not letting that happen. I, you know, obviously do very well in school, and I definitely have been inspired by my immune deficiency. My goal is to actually eventually end up as a pediatric immunologist myself, hopefully working at Duke University, kind of bringing the whole thing full circle. I'm obviously a very big Duke fan. I'll be attending their undergraduate school in the fall, so yay. But my biggest thing is just, you know, this disease or disorder or whatever you want to call it doesn't have to run your life. You don't have to be homeschooled. You don't have to, work from home. You don't have to do these things. You can go out and you can be just as influential and just as powerful as every other person out there, if not more so. And I speak with an emphasis in the medical field because that's where I'm looking at going when I say that, when you know what a patient goes through and what it's like to sometimes feel like a human lab rat, then you can make that much more of a difference when you're in your field, even if it's just a general compassion towards people. Every immune deficient patient has had a point in their lives where they feel like a human pincushion or constantly getting tests, and I more than understand that. And so sometimes you just have to be your own advocate, and I know IDF pushes for this a lot, and just kind of say like, hey, this is how I feel, this is what I need, this doesn't feel good, and stick up for yourself, because medical staff can't help you unless you tell them exactly what you need. And it works the same way for dealing with insurance companies. You have to kind of say, this is exactly what I need, and I have to have it. And so I definitely think just taking charge of your life and your entire situation is really, really important. And just doing your research, understanding completely what you have and why you have it and future risks it could cause and things like that. That's really, really important. Just being educated about yourself, and then you can take that and go educate other people. So I hope this was interesting. I hope it helped. I hope it inspired you a little bit. And thank you so much.